What's going on, YouTube family? It's your boy Mike the Businessman, and guys, in this video I am going to be discussing why I regret quitting corporate America and starting a car rental business. Alright, let's jump right into it. Alright, so guys, as most of you guys already know, my background before I started the car rental business was I was in corporate America. I have my suit and my tie on. I was in tech and cyber operational risk management. It's just a fancy phrase for saying we keep the bad guys out of the system, hackers, insider threats, all of that stuff, right? Make sure we protect the crown jewels of the companies we're working for. All right, so I did this for several years, worked for big banks like Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, USAA, just to name a few. But guys, here's one thing, so pretty much guys, while I was in corporate America, as a vice president at my last job with JP Morgan Chase, salary wise, I was earning, my base salary was around $120,000, and then I had a bonus, an extra bonus of about a $15,000 bonus. So I was around topping off around $130,000, $135,000 a year, all right, before taxes. So that was my compensation package, all right. And corporate America was a great experience for me. I really enjoyed all the learning, all the growth that I got from there. And so that leads me into explaining to you guys why I hated making the transition from corporate, quitting all of that, leaving all of that behind. You know, the vacation pay, the sick pay, the salary, and all the, and then my hours, right? So I typically would work anywhere from 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m. every day. And then when you get home, still got to spend a couple of hours working on projects that you have. So pretty much on the average, I would do anywhere from 8 to 10 hours per day. Most of my weekends, if I have a project, I'm expected to kind of do some work at home and wrap up my project. So that was kind of how my life was working at corporate America. All right. So any vacations, I needed to use my allotted vacation hours or sick pay hours. All right. Not knocking corporate America. That's pretty much the package that I have. All right. So fast forward a couple of years, I do corporate America and I decide I need to leave. I need a break. As some of you guys know, I was up for a big promotion. I got the promotion, but I didn't get the raise I was expecting. So that was kind of disappointing for me. And that's when I decided I was going to go ahead and branch out on my own. In a different life, I was an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur several times in the past, but then it's always been in my blood. My parents are entrepreneurs. Matter of fact, nobody in my lineage is a corporate person, all right, except my sister. But everybody else was pretty much street hustlers, all right, entrepreneurs. So that's all I've ever known, all right. So matter of fact, I almost died doing corporate America, all right, literally. Once I started doing the car rental business, I started off immediately with an app out there called Turo. All right, some of you guys might have heard of Turo or possibly even using Turo right now. And pretty much Turo immediately kind of became like a job for me because now I was able to, people immediately, the second I put my cars on there, I started getting rentals. All right, I started getting rentals while I was trying to figure out the system. I was getting rentals, so at least my car notes were getting paid. However, after doing Turo for about 4 or 5 months, I wasn't making a lot of money. All right, I just wasn't compared to what I was making in corporate America. All right, and so and then spending a lot of hours trying to shuttling cars back and forth to meet customers. It was kind of rough. All right, I think my first 4 to 4 months of doing Turo, I barely made about $20-something thousand, barely scratched the surface of $30,000. This was about a 5-6 month span. All right, so don't forget too, guys. My niche is a little different. I'm in the higher luxury exotic cars. With Turo at the time, there wasn't a lot of market for those kind of cars, right? At that time, pretty much, if you have the lower luxury exotic economy cars, you make a whole lot more money with Turo. All right, in my market, I wasn't making enough, all right? And so that for me was a big issue. I wasn't making enough. I'm a family man. I got kids. I got mortgages. I got bills to pay. So anxiety started creeping in. I started worrying. And so that was the first time I started regretting, like, man, did I make a mistake? All right, so I'm not making no money. And then that's when I decided to go private, all right? I decided to go private, take matters into my own hand, and try to push my car more instead of just sitting around waiting for an app to send me business. That's when I started linking up with brokers. That's when I started using paid marketing. That's when I started doing a lot of organic marketing, a lot of foot traffic, all right? So that immediately helped me salvage the rest of my first year. I was able to get almost close to an extra $60,000 that first year. So making my income almost close to the $100,000 mark first year, just going private out the gate, all right? So that was the first jump in income, all right, with private rentals, but still not as good as corporate American. So that was a big regret for me. I did not like that. All right, so second year comes around, right? Second year, now we're firing on all cylinders. My marketing is hitting really good. Man, I'm getting steady business, getting good long-term rentals. Second year was a breeze. Did really good. We did almost $400 and something thousand a second year. Really good business. So that's when I knew I was onto something. And also, like any business, right? Obviously, it's the first year, it's like an infant, right? You're spending a lot of time with this baby, putting a lot of hours into this baby, nurturing this baby, investing a lot of my money back into the business. So even though I made profit, a lot of that was going back into the business to kind of build it, all right? I didn't want to just sit on it the way it was. I knew I had a vision for what this was going to end up being, and so I kept on reinvesting back into the business. I would only take out a minimal amount of money just to maintain myself, to keep myself. Everything else went straight back into the business. No lie. I spent everything on the business to continuously grow the business. Then now fast forward to year 2.
Has the thought of starting a business been daunting to you? Is it scary? Does it make you want to give up the second the thought comes into your head? What if I told you that was just a limiting belief? What if I told you that there was a community out there with like-minded people that are just as scared as you, but instead they come together and they understand that in unity there is power, there is strength, and they come together and they're all pursuing the same common goal. They're able to lift each other up, give each other game, exchange ideas, joint venture with each other. Allow me to introduce you to MTB Car Rental Academy, where there's people all over the country, people all over the world that are executing, running their car rental businesses, sharing their wins, sharing their tribulations, sharing their finds, no gatekeeping, and I'm also in there constantly contributing. You had all the resources at your disposal. Expert group coaching and one-on-one calls with me. Group coaching calls from business credit coach. So you guys can learn how to set up your LLCs the right way and go out there to go get funding. You have advertising and marketing coaches in there teaching you guys how to run profitable ads so that way you guys get good return on ad spend. You're able to attract the right customers that'll pay you the money you deserve for your cars. In my academy, we have a proven roadmap that'll take you guys from point A all the way to point C. That way, no stone is left unturned. You guys have all the resources at your disposal so that you guys are successful in your car rental journey. If you have a 680 plus credit score or you have a liquidity, because this is a 4-figure investment, you need to have some liquidity to get in. If you have either one of those criteria, click the link below to speak to a member of our team so we can see if you're a good fit to join the academy, and I'll see you guys there.
All right, year 2, hours worked started to decrease because now I duplicated myself. I got staff that started to help me out in the warehouse. Now my workload started to reduce, which I hate. All right, I hate that. I wish. And then not only that, my income started to increase because now we got processes in place. Now I'm tapped in with several brokers. Now my marketing is firing really good. I'm doing the right stuff. My risk management was way better. My loss ratio started to drop. I wasn't having a lot of accidents and all of that. Even with me turning away a lot of bad business. But then still, because I had the right processes in place and I'm scaling up. Guys, if any of you guys know anything about high ticket sales, right? With high ticket sales, all a numbers game. You're running ads, you're spending money on ads. Say you get 10 calls, you might close 20%, 10 to 20% of those calls. All right. So 1 to 2 of those calls will close. And then since I'm in high ticket, I get rent out exotics. That's enough money to cover my ad spend and make me good profit. All right, so that was the model I was using, and it was working. All right, it was working. We started making money that second year. We hit almost $500,000 that second year, which was almost 4x what I was making in corporate America. All right, so that's when we started seeing the progress. That's when we started seeing good money, and the fact that I was able to reduce my hours, I started to get that flexibility. Now I'm able to start taking trips again, going on vacation. Now I'm starting to get more time for myself. I'm not constantly doing the drop-offs and pickups anymore. Now that I was able to start delegating to somebody else, at this point I already had a warehouse, and things were situated. All right, now this is when I also started to invest and start putting time into this YouTube channel, started building out my YouTube channel, my Instagram page, all of that stuff. And then people started to discover me, and now I started opening up the floodgates to people asking me questions all the time, and people coming out to come meet me. I started to get known, so to speak, in the car rental space, and then it opened up doors. All right, it opened up doors. From year 2 on out, it started to open up a lot of doors. Some of the advantages of having, especially being in the exotic car space, is it acts as a business card. All right, it acts as a business card. People want to know what you do, so that started opening up a lot of doors for me. I've met several highest seven-figure earners out there, and so naturally I'm starting to have those high-level conversations now. All right, it's put me in those rooms and started to open up opportunities for other business ventures, right? I was able to meet athletes. I'm meeting entrepreneurs. I'm meeting coaches. I'm meeting celebrities, all kinds of big shots just by virtue of having the exotic car rental company. All right, so if you had to put a dollar amount on the ROI just from that alone, that way exceeded what I was making in corporate America. So that's another advantage, so to speak, from when I made that move from corporate to renting out to doing car rentals. All right, and then not only that, just the friends too I brought around me. And when I say friends in the industry. All right, I got to know so many people from car rentals that I didn't know before, and not only in person, locally here in my city, but also online. All right, by virtue of my community, the MTV gang here on YouTube, a lot of people have impacted just from watching my videos. So many people that have gotten a lot of value out of just watching these videos and gone on to go start their car rental companies. Matter of fact, the other day in my mentorship, this gentleman joined my mentorship. And he gave, first day in class, he gave a testimonial that last year in 2023, he made off of one car, an economy car, he made $25,000 off of this economy car that he probably bought for 4 or 5K or something like that. And he said he made that all off of my YouTube, the information on my YouTube page. All right.
I can go next, I guess. Hey, Alex. So for me, for my wins, I started my business last year, and I literally have had a car out for 12 months. It's made me $25,000. So
hold up, you made how much off of it?
$25,000.
Sheesh! I'm just kidding. You gotta run that back. So what car was it? How did you get the client? How much you charge? How did you work that out?
Yeah, so it's a 2019 Hyundai Ioniq.
Huh?
I had it initially, I bought it in November 2021. And I started on Turo, and then I started private rentals by seeing your YouTube video.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so I just started implementing it.
Right, he made $25,000. All right, that's what he knew. All right, he's gonna go invest in me because he figured if he made that much money off a free game, how much more would he make when he gets into my mentorship? All right, so that for me is why I do a lot of this. Right, it's not just because of the income; it's the impact. There's so many people, so many of you loyal guys, MTB gang subscribers to this channel, and I come here every time I post a video, and you guys take the information and you go execute, and that's all I've ever asked. All right, so that's another advantage. All right, and then once another thing is 7-figure conversations. I can't stress that anymore. Just being in these rooms where people are discussing high level stuff. Like for me now, the next transition for me is real estate. And I'm already starting to have those conversations with the people. All right, I'm seeing where people are investing their money. These are conversations I wasn't privy to before, but now I'm in those rooms. And here's another thing too, right? It's almost like you have to buy your way into those rooms. As your status increases, you gain access. That's something I've noticed in life too, and so that's what car rentals has done for me. It's put me in that position. Had I still been in corporate, I would have never had those options, all right? Never. I wasn't having those conversations. Matter of fact, I wasn't privy to any of that, okay? And so those are some of the advantages that I've gained. And then also this is my academy, right? My academy. I would have never dreamt that I'll be responsible for probably over 700-800 people in the academy just since March of last year. People all over the world, primarily in the U.S., Canada, and some of the islands. Some people, I had someone all the way out in Spain. Just people that have been impacted by the information that I've been putting out. And for me, that's got to be one of the most humbling things, right? Yes, the financial gains have been amazing too. Can't complain about that, but the impact, the value, that really has been another major advantage for me. And so guys, that's the reason why I regret leaving corporate. All of these good things that have happened since I started my car rental business, and even at the level I'm doing it now, obviously I've scaled down a lot just because there's so many people in the academy. I have to give more of myself to them, and I can't even focus as much on my car rental business. But we're still in operation. But I love all of this. So guys, I hope you caught the sarcasm in the video. I'm just posting this just to let you guys know that I have no regrets about leaving corporate America and starting my car rental business. It's truly been a blessing for me. And so I just want to use this video as a source of encouragement, all right? There's several of you guys that have actually also made a similar move where you guys have bet on yourself and you've left your 9-to-5s and go ahead and pursue your career in car rentals. And all I want to do is encourage you guys to stick through it.